Hey everybody, what's up? This is Devin, LaVore, coming at you. So I felt like God gave me this word a long time ago, probably like 16 years ago, about like something that was going to happen in my life. And it was this, it comes from Isaiah 42. And it says, "And I will bring the blind by a way that they know not. I will lead them in paths that they have not known. I will make darkness into light before them and make uneven places into a plain." This is the key part right here that really kind of jumped out at me all those years ago. But all of it is what jumped out at me, but especially this. "These things I have determined to do for them, and I will not leave them forsaken." Now, if you read that whole thing in context, it's Isaiah 42, and that was verse 16. It's talking about really the coming of the Messiah and what the conditions of life will be like during the coming of the Messiah. It's like the conditions are they're not like politically terrible or anything like that, but from God's perspective, they really are at their worst, because people have, at the time of the coming of the Messiah, people have become blind. They've become complacent. They've become just whatever, very comfortable, very much like where our nation is right now. And I thought, like, Lord, why did you stick that? Why did you say that? In the midst of all the other stuff you're saying in 42, which is awesome, about the coming of the servant of the Lord, which was the Messiah, which was Jesus, and what was going to happen, but it's like at the same time prophesying against the blindness and their inability to hear the Lord and see the Lord, and he's talking to his people. And I look at the church and I think, that is so the church right now. Their inability to hear from God and see when God's doing something. And then they want to rage against it and then eventually crucify it. But we'll get into that. I've already gotten to that in several videos, that example. But I was asking God, I was like, Father, why do you say that in the midst of all this stuff? And I felt like the Lord was like, because in the midst of all the degradation of nations, because of the decision of unrighteous and corrupt leadership, there are people in the midst of that, going on a completely different dimension of blindness and deafness. There are people in the midst of that who are blind and deaf to what's getting ready to happen to them because of the secret deals happening in secret rooms made by leadership that's supposed to lead them in the righteous path, and they're not leading them. For example, if you look in verse 22, it says this: "But this is a people robbed and plundered." And they don't see it. They don't see that they're being robbed and plundered by the leadership. "They are all of them snared in holes and hidden in houses of bondage. They have become a prey with no one to deliver them, as spoil with no one to say, restore them." So the Lord was saying, I am determined to deliver those people. As far as the leadership and people who know better, they see better and they hear better, and they still decide to choose the wicked way, those people, I'm going to spank them straight up. Because they're leading all these other people who don't know what they're doing, meaning these people who don't know what the leadership is doing. They don't even know what's getting ready to happen to them. They don't know the darkness that's getting ready to come upon them because of what other leaders have done and the kind of decisions they have made that's going to impact the entire nation of Israel. I'm going to send my servant, the servant of the Lord. I'm going to send him into this situation. I'm going to send the Messiah into this situation, and I'm going to deliver those who are blind, those who don't understand, the lost sheep. I'm going to go and gather them who want to know the truth, those who actually are in the midst of all of that mess and want to know. I'm not going to leave them forsaken. No way. Because they are not going to look to me and say, Lord, we loved you. We wanted to know, but you didn't deliver us. You didn't restore us. What happened? Where were you in the midst of all that? God's like, that's why I say that. That's why I put that verse 16, before the Bible had chapters and verses. It's like, that's why I said, I am determined to do these things for them, and I will not leave them forsaken, because I will not leave them forsaken. It's like, no one's going to pick them up. No one's going to restore them. No one's going to go to deliver them. I'm going to do it. Okay? So if you are a believer in Jesus and you feel overwhelmed by all the stuff that's going on in the political realm, and you just feel like a raindrop in the ocean, God sees you, raindrop. He knows the difference between you and the rest of the ocean. Okay, you are unique to him. You are different to him. There is no one else on the planet like you. You are God's fingerprint on this planet. He is not going to leave you forsaken. He has not forgotten about you. He sees you in the midst of the storm. He sees you in the midst of the national political blindness and deafness that's just determined to lead you off the cliff. He's saying, no. I got you. I got your back. I'm going to take care of you. I'm getting ready to step up in this situation. I'm going to take care of you who believe in me, who've decided to trust in me, who've used their will to say, I will rejoice in knowing you. I will determine in my heart to follow after you, Jesus. Not deception, not the wicked way, touting and cheerleading all these other wicked people and their wicked platforms and their wicked agendas. I'm saying God has got your back and he will take care of you. Okay? That's what he said to me, and I'm just sharing it with you. Like, he's like, that's why I said that. Because I am determined to do it. No one is, you look at all these people that are try to stand up. Well, we're going to be pro-life, and we're going to stand up for rights, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do all these righteous things. And God himself is sitting there going, no, you ain't. You ain't done nothing. You will not I'm going to step up in this, and I'm going to show you how a person gets truly restored. I'm going to show you how a person gets really saved. I'm going to show you how the person who's suffering sexual abuse in countries that you don't even care about, that you're not putting on your Facebook posts, that you don't even know about, I'm going to go deliver them. I'm stepping into this situation. Okay? So if you know the Lord, I put a post up today from Blanca. She was the one of the singers from Group 1 Crew. And it says, greater is he living in me than he who is in the world. And she made a song around that. And it's so true. I had to share it today. And I was like, that song is like a word of the Lord for us who are believers and who are in the midst of national crisis, personal crisis, church crisis. Those come a dime a dozen. You know what I'm saying? It's just to put our focus on him, because he is determined. He is determined to come and rescue those who want to be rescued, who want to know him, who want to... I could go on. But I hope that encouraged you guys today. It encouraged me to hear that from God today, and I just wanted to share it with you. Like, man, God, he's very intensely serious, lion-hearted serious about delivering you who want to be delivered. So, be blessed, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.